Collaborations and partnerships can really be exciting, especially if you're starting up a new business idea or even having a new creative startup project that you want to start. But let's all face it, not all collaborations and partnerships go that smoothly as we anticipate in the beginning. Usually, misunderstandings tend to happen along the way and trusts get broken, and eventually, if not most times, people get hurt. That's why in this video, I'll be sharing 3 effective steps you can use to protect yourself in any collaboration and partnership so that you end up having the right way to deal with certain situations. And with that being said, let's get started. The moment you feel of getting into a collaboration or partnership with any person or bunch of people, the first thing you really need to do is to put everything in writing. Yeah, I know this might sound formal, but this is the most important thing you can ever do from the very start of the business or collaboration or even a partnership, right? Yeah, because any written document provides clarity, that is 1. 2, it protects both parties and eliminates any misunderstandings that usually tend to happen along the way within the partnership or the collaboration processes or phase, right? And by the way, it doesn't have to be all that complicated, yeah? Just maybe an email or a simple text that summarizes what you've discussed or agreed upon doing within your agreement at the start of your collaboration. That is it. The example I can give of how simple this can be, it'll be like maybe a text saying, just to confirm, person A will be handling project B by this time. As simple as that. Nothing complicated, nothing that requires extra money for people to help you up with, all right? However, in situations where there is a lot of money that is involved, a lot of intellectual property that is involved, a formal contract is definitely needed, yeah? Now this goes beyond just a simple statement or a simple text summarizing who does what and who does this at a specific amount of time. Yeah, but a formal contract needs to be developed that goes deeper and in more detail of how the collaboration will run, who will do this at what time, who takes this share, who does this. Yeah, because a lot of money is involved and lots of details need to be broken down. So up next is to define the roles more clearly. I know this might sound so obvious, but most of the collaborations I know, even the one I've been into, this was the most part where everything broke down. Yeah. So most partnerships that you see fail, they don't fail because they've never come into an agreement, but they fail because of the roles. More so something that has to do with who deals with money, who deals with procurement, who does the decision making. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Get to define the roles as early as possible. In most cases, when roles are not defined, confusion gets to set in. And when confusion sets in, deadlines usually get missed, tasks get to overlap, and usually frustrations and confusion build up in the organization or in the kind of partnership you're trying to build. But the fact that you're watching this video, all this can be really, really overcome. How? By just doing one simple thing: clarity. And here's how you can do it. 1, get to decide on who is responsible for which task at hand. 2, get to set clear deadlines and expectations and outcomes for any certain task that you get to put across. And 3, get to decide on who gets to have the final say in the decision-making process. These 3 will save you a lot as they will try to put more clarity on the roles that you get to put in your business, okay? Or the roles that you get to put in writing or in documentation of your partnership, okay? And probably the thing I want you to have, or the thing I want you to know here, is that having such conversations at the early stages of the partnership can really feel awkward. But trust me, it is way much more easier to deal with such conversations than to deal with the misunderstandings that usually come up later on. And finally, the last thing I want you to take out from defining roles is that clear roles usually create accountability. And it's this accountability that usually gets to prevent all the tension that tends to build up later on. If at all misunderstandings get to happen, or if at all trusts get to be broken and frustration get to build up in the organization. Yeah. So set clear roles. If you're finding this video helpful, please consider hitting the like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because there is more coming your way. And with that being said, let's get back to the video. So the final step here is to trust your instincts. As much as this might sound so obvious, but in most cases, we usually tend to ignore the voice in us that usually get to tell us when something is usually off. And if you're doubting this, let me give you a scenario. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's words don't add up? Yeah, but you usually tend to brush it off, yeah, just because you don't want to cause any kind of mistrust. And if you've ever had that, then that was your instinct trying to communicate to you. If you want to be in good terms, never ever ignore your instincts. Okay? So using myself as an example, my ex-business partner usually used to avoid to give clear answers. That is one. Two, he would change plans abruptly without any explanation. And three, all decision making was done by him. He would do anything, spend business money anyhowly, and get to do all crazy sorts of things. And guess what happened? I used to brush it off, thinking that I wouldn't want to cause any kind of misunderstanding as of being you get the point. So what ended up happening is that I ignored my natural instincts. I ignored my gut. So don't be like me, because I really got to suffer. Until now, I'm still suffering the repercussion. Yeah. So if you want to be on the better side of a history or better side of a story, yeah, always pay attention to your instincts. Trust your gut, because this is going to save you a whole lot of problems ahead. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.